Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Back home, it's the first carry for the former Georgia Bulldog, Gurley. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Illegal blocking the ball. Return team.
Here's Schaub, and his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass.
All right, here we go. Green, 30.
Now Schaub. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's got Booker. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. First carry now for Teron Ward. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Ward. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Let's just go ahead and go back through that play with his eyes, because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection or if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do, and if he ends up with the football, okay, now you got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try and block you? Are you going to try to elude him? Are you going to take him on and hold your spot? What are you going to do? In this case, didn't have to do any of that. saw all of his keys, saw the play in front of him, and ran clean to the ball carrier and finished off the play.
Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And here now the defensive starters for Atlanta.
Atlanta's defense is built on speed. We talk about that all the time. But Dontari Poe adds an extra element at the nose tackle position. Big enough to overwhelm centers in the run game. Also quick enough and fast enough to get past them and guards in the pass game. That's exactly why Atlanta went to get him.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. That is incomplete. Oh, Thomas unable to reel that one in, and it's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff dumps it off to Gurley. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on. Atlanta
now coming out on the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Here we go. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Goff now to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good. Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way. They'll try and push it in with Gurley, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now, that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Goff. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So on 4th down, Goff will yield to Greg Zuerlein for the field goal try. This an easy one, 23-yarder. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is not going to be able to get away as they swarm him for a loss shy of the goal line. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work.
Well, I like the chutzpah there, right? They decided to go ahead and fake it and try and pick up a first down. But how about how they executed defensively and smothered that one? I know back from my time frame, everyone has responsibilities, even rushing on a field goal attempt. You've got the tight end. You've got the wing back. You might have the guy out of the backfield. But they executed that well. Yeah. Really stuck to what they needed to do.
It wasn't just 11 guys trying to block it. They were ready. They got it done. On the ground with Ward. Oh, he's got a little daylight. That he's into the clear. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Teron Ward, 93 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, you usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Room here to run. That good for 19 and a first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
On first down, it's gone. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll bring up a second down. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Reynolds. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now whistles as time has run out on this first quarter. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. On the counter, Gurley. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tackle guy with ball.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And this is incomplete. The Rams on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun. Gone. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. So on 4th down, Goff will yield to Greg Zuerlein for the field goal try. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
This will be fielded at the 8. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's in his own 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
2nd down following the incompletion. Looking to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. 2nd down now after the incompletion.
Here we go. 3-19.
Now back to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Alec Ogletree. coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Here's Goff. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And here now come the Falcons. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Here's Ward, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
They run it with Ward, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
The Falcons on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is fielded at the 27. Oh, and now he bowls him over. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. Around the NFL, they're in the second in Philly. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for L.A. Yards that time on the punt. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Now Ward. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing right, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Two minutes to go here in the 1st half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. In just 2 minutes' time, don't forget we'll get you to Orlando for our halftime report. To bring it to you, who else but Larry Ridley?
Now that man knows his football. Go get him, Larry.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Ward. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Teron Ward, the intended target. Third down here. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Set. Green 39. Green.
They'll set up a throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield, but that one goes incomplete.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Josh Reynolds that time, and that'll bring up second down. Back to the air. Goff on second down. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And it's 1st and goal now, but still 10 yards to go. From the gun, here's Goff. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
So 2nd and 10 here. Goff throwing again. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Gone. And that is incomplete. Man, a tough spot to drop that down here, 3rd and goal.
And so many times when you analyze a play like this, you talk about the people around him and maybe his focus was gone. Sometimes just simply him understanding how close he is to the end zone and a chance to score, and he tightens up and doesn't complete the play.
Here we 4th. Goff. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bleedy Ray Wilson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. Yeah, they have had success on the ground, really as a team, doing well carrying the football. So maybe a little less pressure on his shoulders as the quarterback.
Any pressure he's carrying right now, that's self-inflicted, right? He's taking it on. He doesn't need to. Continue to do what you just said. Let everyone else carry the football. That's been effective. Don't have to worry about him throwing the ball in all the situations now. That's got to be a good feeling if he just relaxes and lets it keep coming to him.
Yeah, and relax and enjoy the second quarter lead right now.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now Sean. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock.
Let's go.
Here's Shaw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They're going to look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Falcons on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He'll look to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So possession goes over here on the punt. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, it's Gurley. They find some open field here. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Second down following the run. Goff now looks to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So we're at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front, as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Falcons are up right now and are looking to keep up the pressure moving forward. The Rams didn't play their best, and they'll need to be at their best now to come back. All right, let's do it. Here's a look at the first half highlights. 1st and 10. Ward's going to duck out to the left, and he'd go in for the 93-yard touchdown as they get out to a 7-0 lead. 2nd and 2 coming up. Defense will win the battle and get the sack. This will go as a loss of 10. Fourth down from inside the 30. The hurry throw would be picked off. Ray Wilson is the one who makes the pick, halting the offense's drive. Rams have it late in the 2nd. Living's going to take down the QB here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. That'll do it from here in Orlando. Brandon and Charles are standing by for our second half in Atlanta. Brandon.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. 2nd quarter in Cleveland, and the Steelers there out to an early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll drop to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away, but that brings up 4th. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back from the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. On 2nd down, here's Goff. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12.
Here we go. 3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He got 29 yards that time. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know they're going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him. And he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And the Rams getting set to go now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have, as they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Around the NFL, they've gone to the 3rd in Cleveland. No problem for the Steelers. They have opened that lead up a bit further. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Atlanta now coming out on the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that answer.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Extending the arm.
Oh, yes, it works.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. A shotgun snap for Goff. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. They'll go option on second down, right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long when it's a passing situation, pass rush.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And some space here. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll look to throw here. And this is incomplete. Levine Toilolo, the tight end, is intended target. And it's third down. The offense on third down tonight, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Around the NFL, they've gone to the 3rd in Cleveland. And the Steelers have scored yet again, really opening that one up. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Anything to make of this or just a bad stretch? Because he had the 2 fumbles he lost last week and now a 3rd.
It's a bad stretch, but it's one that he has to make sure he overcomes. This isn't on anyone else but him. Taking care of the ball, tucking it away, keeping it high and tight, all the while doing that and not slowing down his running and his ability to move the ball forward.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throw left side complete. That's Cochran. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Here we go now. Blue landing. Blue landing.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Dumps it off to Gurley. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Here we go with 2nd and 7. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. The Rams on 3rd down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only 1 time. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun. Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So out come the Falcons now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Second down now after the pass completion. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Looking to throw. Fires one, but incomplete. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. Now Goff on first down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And that's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Third and long. It's gone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 6 there on first.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Let's go! Blue, land it!
Back to throw. His throw incomplete. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On the give, this is Coleman, the fullback. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, there was a trust factor in that call, turning and handing it to the big man in the backfield, trying to pick up the first down. But how about the defense? They were ready for him, and they were able to stop him.
And Bryant's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try to pick it up on 3rd down.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 41-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for L.A. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you got to make that throw, right? Yeah. That's got to be complete.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. First down would have been nice, but now you get to kick the field goal, still go up 2 scores.
They tried to get it, though, didn't they? Threw the pass, got the completion just short of the first down. But you're exactly right. Run the field goal unit out there. Kick it. Put it through the post. Go up 2 scores.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. They have gone to the 4th quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. No problem for the Steelers. They have opened that lead up a bit further. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. On 1st and 10, Goff. And he's got his man on the out route. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. To throw on 2nd down is Goff. And his throw here's incomplete. Oh, Thomas unable to reel that one in, and it's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw, Goff. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 30 yards on the pickup there. And the Rams are going to get a first down. He's back to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And that is incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Desperation time for Goff on fourth. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons are close to finishing off this football game. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
They run the counter now on first down. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Going to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. Here's Matt Bosher now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter in Philadelphia. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Back to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Pharaoh Cooper, the one he was looking for. And now it's second down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Atlanta, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Washington Redskins come to town. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.